Hey YouTubers, welcome back. Okay, so all day long, took an energy break, and now it's like, put up the video, put it up. I'm like, all right, listen, all right, fine. So I'm doing this for you guys now because I need to talk to you about something because I don't speak about things that I don't understand on a deeper level, and I need you to understand that. It's not just about me being an energy reader, it's about my own personal experiences, which I will be revealing to you in the part 2 that I do to the part 1 in understanding life, relationships, and all of that. In part 2, I will reveal to you some personal situations and circumstances that I experienced in my own life where I can actually pinpoint things in my own experiences on the corruption. Yeah, like I say, your life's not a coincidence, no more than mine, all serving a different purpose here. That's what needs to be understood. Everything in perfect synchronization to pull you onto the path that you're meant to be on. But your mind has been screwed with beyond anything that you could really understand now, which is why you're in conflict with yourself. You have to look at it this way. Every generation has been getting worse and worse and worse, where people say, oh, I wish we could go back to the good old days. Why would you wish to go back to the good old days? The good old days turned into this. The good old days turned into this. Yeah, but it was so much. Yeah, but if you go back then, it unfolds to now. So a new system is being created, and it's necessary when a foundation that has been built and has systematically been programmed, right, by the freaks, is what I call them, in order to control our minds and pull love from you and manipulate it into deceit, into things that do not make you feel good, make you feel unworthy, make you feel not good enough, make you idolize who? You idolize people. And they put them on magazines and they put them on the television and people want to look like that person and they feel fat or they feel ugly. They feel negatively by that, and it's all on purpose. It was a system created to do this, and now it's crumbling to the ground. Necessary. Why? When you build something on a faulty foundation, it's eventually going to crumble. There's no way for it to work. It's eventually, when there's screws loose, they come out and then things start falling apart, right? Well, they all got screws loose. And now their perceived system is being exploited bit by bit. Every single day, something new comes out. And as something new comes out, what happens? Well, those people are screwed with, and or what? They try to find a way in which to manipulate that that's not the truth. Well, the truth is undeniable when you have documentation, you have people being recorded, saying things. Yeah, it's all over. Mainstream news, useless. Don't watch it. Don't give them your ratings. Don't. Because their ratings have actually been dropping. The NFL, the entertainment industry, the what is it? I didn't even know it was on because I don't pay attention to that shit anymore. The MTV, their music awards or whatever, ratings dropped by almost half because it's intolerable to watch anymore. They're a bunch of loons, all under a trance, all under an illusion, all effed with. That's why all the Disney kids, look at them. Look at them from when they started and look at them now. Are you like that? No. So we idolized these people when we were younger, and now we see them, and we're nothing like them now. Why? You could figure that out real quick. Because why? Fame and fortune. Everybody wants fame and fortune, fame and fortune. They created that belief to keep you feeling unworthy. All a lie. It has to fall apart because they're nuts. I told you they're crazy as all hell. I told you I don't know them face to face. I don't need to. I know all about them. I know all of them. I know what they're doing. I know what they've been doing. That's why my awakening process was necessary. And there are things that I will share with you in the part 2 when I'm able to have enough energy and time to do it, that I'll share my personal experiences with you and why I know things that I do, because it's not just from being an energy reader. I know because I experienced them. And I could pinpoint times in my life, in this existence, on when all of it started to really get crazy. So, all day long being pushed to do this because guess what? Lo and behold, there's a show on USA, coincidentally, please, called The Sinner. I don't know if anybody's been watching it or whatever, but I know what I'm watching. Like, I'm not manipulated anymore. I'm not in an illusion. I'm in a existence of time, space, reality, and understanding that all of the entertainment industries for their entertainment. So, you have The Sinner, right? I'm like, oh, I'm all about watching this because I'm going to figure it out. And first thing I see is Illuminati shit. People are like, oh, the Illuminati. I'm like, the Illuminati. People talk about it all the time. Why is it not real? It is real. That's them. They're all nuts. They're crazy. Okay? I need you to understand this. And it's all in that show, The Sinner. They're telling you all about what they do with their rituals and their drugs, and they're gross. They're freaking foul, okay? And they're all losing it now, right? They're all going crazy, and like, they're not getting their way, so they're just acting crazy. And or people who in that industry don't want them controlling anymore because they've been under an illusion. They're exploiting, but then they're backhandedly by the controllers getting, targeted, right? Because I believe it was Justin Bieber who just came out not too long ago saying that the entertainment industry is a pedophile ring. Yeah, they are. All of these things that have gotten worse and worse and worse is because of the control. They're all about it. That open and vulnerable. If you're open and vulnerable and you want to believe in the good, we'll make you believe in us. We'll make you believe that this is the life you want to live. And then it's like giving a lollipop to a little kid. Fame and fortune. Now we're going to use you for our sick things that we do and put you in a trance and make you want to be here. Make you believe you want to. They don't. And that's how they segregate us. That's how they get you to judge each other, hate each other, get you in contrast. They segregate everything so that there's contrast because they feed off of it. But their contrast is starting to crumble. So now they're taking other manipulation tactics in order to screw with people's safety, right? You're fine. You're safe. Stay awake. Stay awake. You don't go running in their arms, please. Believe me, you'd rather die than be under that control. Okay? So, I'm watching the show, right? They show this wallpaper. I'm like, oh, that's Illuminati. That's the Illuminati symbolism all over the wallpaper. Well, then she opens up in the show that the wallpaper looks like money. I'm like, boom, gotcha, told you. Then I see the Freemason, their lamps on the walls. They're like two pillars. And in the middle of it's an owl, because that's one of their symbolisms also. And I love how they take all the enlightened symbolisms and stuff and use it backhandedly, because they're just fucking, excuse my language, they're freaks. So, I see that. I'm like, oh, there you go. And their placements, they're brilliant, right? They're so much smarter. They've been using it forever to manipulate our minds, scare us. They know how to use those tactics in order to screw with your mind. But they hired people who knew all about psychology, all about languages, all of the ones that have these brilliant minds. They use them with their manipulation tactics in order to get a controlled system so that they could use frequencies, right? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just know all about their tactics and everything that they do. And they even manipulated the universal frequency in music, and they took it from the 432 hertz and changed it universally to the 440. Why? The 432, I'm sure if there's people out here that are musicians or whatever, I'm not a musician by any means. I think it's brilliant that people who can play. I can't. I tried. It's not for no. That's way too much. I already have ADD enough. No. But I love watching people play because I love how your mind works and you're able to do that. But it's understanding the frequencies, right? So the 432 frequency is what they used in classical music and all of that. And classical music, is something that people will listen to, to expand their mind or whatever, because it's a balanced frequency. It's actually what is used in meditations for healing and calming and all of that, right? Well, they changed it, lo and behold, universally to the 440. That's what causes agitation. They know how to screw with your energies. But then they say, oh, the metaphysical and energy readers. And I already told you, they know all about energies, manipulation. The mind is a tool to store information. Your feelings are your guidance system, your navigation system. Something doesn't feel good, you know it's not right. But then your mind makes you believe all of these things that aren't real, causing what? Heartache, pain, all of that. They manipulated it. They did it on purpose because they're nuts. I'm telling you, these people are freaks. You're going to find out all about it. It's already slowly but surely coming out. And it's going to. Keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. You have to pay attention to what the enlightened do when they're in contact with these people, because they take it the wrong way and they say, oh, look at them. They're smiling along with the biggest, deceivers of all. And I go, well, they have to. How else are they going to get in there and get, a scan of what's going on so that they can send people into the proper places in order to exploit? I know all about it. And they're still trying. And the only thing now left that they have is to screw with nature. Huh. Newsflash. You're screwing with something that you have no idea how it works in the first place. You found a tactic in order to manipulate it, but you're manipulating the wrong source now. They were trying to manipulate us, to control us. They already have been, but in the worst way possible. Now, because a light source was put here, in a way in which you never probably would believe it would happen, it did, which is helping the collective hear and exist. Wake up, pay attention, decode cipher, okay? Stop listening to the manipulators. They know how to speak in tongues. Yes, they do. Where do you think that came from? Speaking in tongues? Come on. It's all backwards. But now, running out of options because they couldn't get control of us by the system, they're now trying to control population by their science projects. No. No. You'll see. But I'm just saying, keep manipulating, and backfire is always there. It's going to backfire. And things daily keep coming out. Every morning I wake up, and I'm like, what's happening today? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, really? Yeah, I knew all about it. It's finally surfacing. Good. So the show last night, I know all about it. I was like, this is some cult shit, Freemasons, some satanic, whatever rituals. This girl can't remember anything because she's been drugged to death. Everything's fuzzy and not linking up. And lo and behold, This whole entire show is about Jesus freaks. Yeah, God, Jesus freaks. The dad's having an affair with the person across the street. The mother is like a freak of nature when it comes to Jesus, using God's name in vain. God, Jesus, I'm pretty sure Jesus as a human form here, as a prophet, spreading the word, spreading the light and love, and a healer himself, right? There's a lot of us here now. We need to understand that source is God. We are God. We are all a source energy, right? But they use God's name in vain to fear God. Put the fear of God in you. False. Fear. You're praying for God to save you. You have to understand you got to save yourself first, which is snap out of the fear illusion. That's not the way in which it was supposed to be used. They took it and turned it into their own system to put fear in you to gain control. God's name in vain all day. Jesus all day, used in vanity to control. It's twisted, dude. It's so freaking twisted. It's so twisted. So this show's telling you all about it. They got incest. Oh, everything that they have ever used in order to screw with people. Sexuality. This thing up here. Yeah. Oh, they used it. All of it. Anything that you could think, any corrupt sort of thing in that manner has all been programmed in people to be sick. Because they can cause you to be in conflict in yourself by the frequencies, by the change of the universal, how they changed it to 440. Oh, they know all about it. They did it on purpose. To cause us to look like this. They're up there laughing. Look at them fighting with each other. Look at them fighting over food. Look at them fighting in relationships, tearing love apart. Oh, look, we got a new, they keep changing shit. Wasn't marriage an abomination? And then all of a sudden, what, did God call you on the phone and say, okay, you can annul it now? Does anybody pay attention to this? It used to be an abomination, right? It was an abomination to get a divorce. But you got together off of false-based belief anyway, so now you're in misery. They knew it was going to happen. Just write it in. Yeah, this is God speaking. You can annul them now. You can annul it. Shut up. Bullshit. All of it's bullshit. It's all contracts. God did not put you here to sign contracts for your being, to be sharing feelings with another being. No, he most certainly did not. You could choose to go that route if you want to, of course. But you need to understand what you're doing, because you're not doing it for God, you're doing it for them. God's name in vain. I can't. It boils my blood. Enough is enough. That's what tore love apart. That's why love and pain have nothing to do with each other. My purpose here is to show you guys all the things that have happened here. All false. Living on the flip side. Seriously. Wrong. All wrong. Changing now. Truth is coming out. The sinners. So you got that. And then they do satanic rituals at this country club. She snaps and kills someone on a beach. You don't know who she killed, but she snaps and kills this guy on a beach because there's a song playing and it triggers something inside of her. Again, the emotional triggers. She gets up and kills him on the beach. And now the unfolding is why she did it. Well, don't you love how they backhandedly throw in a twin flame soulmate connection in that show? I could have puked. I was like, you guys are freaking nasty hoes. I'm sick of it. In the show The Sinners, they show the connection eye to eye, and you could see the connection immediately. That's what soulmates and twin flames are. It's an immediate, one sees the other, or they both connect eyes, and it's like you just know, like, I know you. Yeah. And that's their connection in the show. And he even says to her, I know this sounds really weird, but it's like I've known you my whole life. And she starts crying. And I was like, you guys are a bunch of pricks, disgusting, satanic assholes, showing love, connection on that level in a show called The Sinners, where you're using freaking incest and sex and drugs and nastiness in order to manipulate the human mind, causing more contrast. And they got Illuminati, fucking Freemason shit all over the place in there. Yeah, I know all about them. They show their chairs lined up in the library in this country club with their podium, and how they have their secret meetings. Why are they so secret? Who gave you? Did God give you that law to keep it so secretive that nobody else can know what you're doing behind those doors? Pardon? No. Wrong. We don't keep secrets. We speak the truth. Right? But you can't know about certain things. Why? Why can't you know about them? When it's a secret, when it's a conspiracy, when it's anything that you don't know the whole truth about, it's because there's nothing but a deception and a lie underneath there. That show in itself shows what they did in order to break soulmate connections apart. And it's right there in that show. And today, I just overwhelmed today with an energy and saw something and literally just felt like I was going to throw up. And I was like, that is everything that their plan was to use our sexuality against us, to make you feel worthless, to make you feel like you're not in a loving, sharing energy with someone, that you're in this false-based reality where pedophilia, incest, porn, and all of that is a normality. It's an infestation of negative energies that have caused people to feel like they can't be themselves. They have to go sell their body, or they're nothing more than just worth a screw to someone. And it's all in that show. And I was just like, I almost puked today. Because I was like, this needs to stop now. And slowly but surely, it's surfacing itself, because it was always going to, because the deception can no longer be hidden. Because it's gotten to the point now where enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And these television shows are disgusting. It's on USA. Oh. USA, really? Yeah, that show's on USA. Now you know. Now you know. And what I find to be amusing is their delusion that they're that powerful, that they're more powerful than the Creator, that they think pompously that it was going to be that easy and that their plan was going to work out as planned. Now they're pissed because why? Because they have no idea what angle's coming next. So they're trying to get rid of people. They're trying to get rid of areas where there's things hidden. They're trying to get rid of truth. But too bad there's too much that is already known. And it's about timing, right? Always right on time. The information comes out right on time. They don't know that, because all they ever had was deceit and manipulations. Not anymore. Now they don't know. They don't know which way it's going to go. It's like, oh, I'm going this way. Oh, nope, over here this way. They can't keep track because they don't know what the others know. They don't. But it's going to come out. And then you're really going to see it for what it is. Not that you don't already know it for what it is. But I need you guys to understand. Love's real. It's the realest thing here. Your connection with that other person, realest thing here. To open you up to your truth. It's not about the other person. It's about you in relation to you. You living your life for you. Doing what makes you happy. Setting this thing on reset starting a fresh, can't go back. Why would you want to go back? It's going to be the same outcome, like I said before. It's about starting on a new foundation of truth and building from there, not on a faulty foundation because you didn't know that the pain attached to love had nothing to do with each other. It was designed that way. And now, as the energy shift, just as it was always going to, just as it's been prophesized, and they took out parts for their own manipulation tactics, but the rest has not yet been written. So they tried to stop it from manifesting into what the truth is, and the truth is that the light outshines the dark. Always and forever. The destroyers, the people who try to manipulate, pawn on your emotions, make you hate yourself, make you not love, make you get into relationships you didn't want to because everybody else was telling you something, arranged marriages, being forced, to do things you don't want to do. All of it, all false. Now you're getting to enter into a new energy and a new system that's going to, in a sense, snap you out of an illusion, but now it's like everything you've been taught is a lie. It's like everything I've been taught is a lie. Everything's a lie. Yeah. But now it's like you're moving into the new. Whole new path, whole new foundation. Getting out of karmic situations and karmic marriages and meeting this person while in them was necessary because you needed to do the comparison between the two. I'm staying here because I'm comfortable in being uncomfortable, but all I want to do is be over here, but my false base beliefs are what's keeping me apart. Yes. It was designed that way. It's not about that. It's not about putting your relationship on display for everyone else. It's about you. Now you're going to get to see and do and help change. It's not going to change overnight. It's been changing already. You feel it. But it's getting out of that belief system that they use to toy on your emotions and pay attention to what you're watching because there's truth behind the scenes there and they use it in order to manipulate your mind. I just saw on the NFL network or whatever they were talking about like teams and all of that. She was throwing up Freemason and Illuminati signs in the background. Yeah. She was throwing up Illuminati signs and hand motions covering her mouth, doing things of that nature. They were pointing it at clocks on certain times. And yeah, they always do that. They've been forever. And they do it to screw with people's minds because you're only listening to what they're talking about with the stats and the games. But behind the scenes, they're talking to the controllers. They're talking to those people. And they're sitting there and they're laughing and they're going, they're so interested in the teams and blah, 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 but they don't even see our plan on the screen. They don't even see her doing the symbolisms to us. They're sick as all hell. Call them out in their shit. Don't pay attention to it. They're nuts. I'm telling you, I know all about them. They're crazy as all hell. And they're now like, this is it, guys. I'm telling you, this is it. This is all they got left. They're a bunch of freaks. Yeah. And my energies don't pay attention to that. I know all about it. You try. They don't even come near. No. Because they know better. I'm not vulnerable to it. Once you're not vulnerable to it, you laugh at it. You can see things for what they truly are now. Let's see what we got here. Merlina, you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do your research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Do your research. Seriously, stay off the mainstream news. Do research. They give you those games, what? Candy Crush and what is it? I don't even know all the games, but they give you those to keep you stupid. There's frequencies that come through the phone when you're playing those games too. But if you're paying attention to those types of games, the world around you is still in existence. There's still things going on. It isn't what it is. That's a way, and then things come out of the woodwork and you go, oh my God, what happened? Watch The Handmaid's Tale. I'm not kidding about watching that show. If you have Hulu or can get a hold of it, watch it. Because makes you start to really think about what it is that they really were going to do to us if it would have went in another direction. Archangel Gabriel, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Again, anyone out there interested, communication, the arts, things of that nature, you don't feel as if you can do it. It's only insecurities living up here. All you have to start to do is do research. Stop allowing yourself to believe that you can't do it. Can't isn't even a word that should be in your vocabulary any longer. Moving on, too. You're not moving on. You're moving forward. You're existing always. The past is the past. It's over. They suck. You know, this belief system is all screwed with. Now it's picking out and finding your truth in the way in which your life has unfolded. Not by coincidence, by design. Everything's in perfect synchronicities at all times. You're always right on time. But now it's time for you to stop doubting and fearing. Get out of your head. Stop thinking about the past. It doesn't exist anymore. It's only the feelings that you feel as if you're never going to feel again in relation to another person, when in fact those feelings are real. You were sharing them. They come from within you. And now the fear itself is what's blocking. That was always meant by their freaking design to keep love apart, to keep love feeling scary and used. I know all about it because I felt like that my whole life. Never felt good enough for anything else. Now wide awake to the fact that it was all programmed. And now thanking God that I never was led in a different direction from where it is I am now, based off of seeing the things that you see now and what happens to people when they get pulled down in that path, right? So now you're here in this time-space reality. The only conflict you have is inner conflict. But understand, the world around you and the system in which it was built on a faulty foundation is in fact crumbling, and it will, to be rebuilt on truth. But it just can't happen all at once. And there's a really big purpose behind that. So layer by layer, bit by bit, things are just going to start flowing out. And it's because of your energies not feeding their manipulation tactics anymore and understanding that they're foolish and they're dumb. They're dumb. They are, for real. They're just stupid. I can't even, that's all I can ever really say about them is that they're dumb. So, and I was just guided to show you the bottom of the deck. Isaiah, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. I told you. Things are changing. It's time to give birth to new ideas, not the same old, same old. The same old was built off of a false-based reality, off a faulty foundation. You were born into a system you did not, in fact, create or were given choices in order to help create it. It now has to completely come apart to be put back together from truth and not deceit. Right? Right. So, I was guided to put this up. I hope that the message has reached someone. So, lovefromabove717@gmail.com. I have readings and all of that are being put out. If you are ordering readings, I will get back to you. And I will hopefully get to the second part of the first part of that video I put up. I'm not going to put a time frame on it, but soon enough. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Bye.